Welcome back to the Create Joy channel. I'm Mrs. Cr8 and this is
Lil Miss Cr8.
And today we're going to be talking to you about our homeschool update. Are you ready?
I'm sure ready.
We're getting ready to tell you the real truth about our homeschooling adventure, and we're gonna do it. Let's go.
It was an adventure.
It is an adventure. Okay, let's get to these good questions.
Yeah, start your questions for me.
All right, so what's been the best thing about being homeschooled? The best thing so far?
The best thing so far about being homeschooled is I reached the goal, being able to read a chapter book.
And not just any chapter book. Your goal was to be able to read
Courtney's chapter book, Doll of the Year 2020, American Girl. I had to give you all the topics.
Okay, I gotta cut her off because you know your girl can go on the dolls, okay? Okay, so besides being able to reach that goal of reading your favorite chapter book, give me another thing that's been going very well with homeschool. We'll start out with the goods.
Well, another thing that's good is I don't get interrupted by kids like they try to look at my tests.
So you don't get interrupted. You were getting interrupted a lot at school?
Mm-hmm. Once I was in my locker with a clipboard, and when the teacher wasn't looking, I thought this boy was looking at me, but he went and looked at my whole entire test.
One more reason why homeschooling is good, you think? Any more good reasons? You were telling me that you like being able to have one-on-one attention. So you don't have to wait. Is that one of the things? You like being the only kid in the class?
Sometimes I miss having friends.
Yeah.
And sometimes my teacher forgets recess.
Oh, sometimes your teacher.
Actually, all the time.
Yeah, I don't do recess daily. That was for like the spring when we first started with the whole homeschooling during COVID.
The whole school thing.
Yeah, back in March. But since homeschool started, recess really isn't exactly recess. We get our lessons in, but in my defense, you have a ridiculous amount of dance classes.
Yes, I have lots of classes. So I didn't know why you brought that up.
Okay, so
the last question is coming up, so it better be good. Come on, make it juicy.
Okay, so what don't you like about homeschool? What don't you like? Tell the truth.
Not being able to have friends.
Yeah.
Nobody else is like there.
There's like no other kids there.
Like you're just the only one.
I know.
Teacher, you.
It's just me. I know. It's rough. I know.
But I still do have my dolls for friends.
You do have a lot of dolls for friends. That's good.
Man, when we do that Meet the Dolls video, you're gonna see how many dolls I have for friends.
Okay, so anything else besides the friends part? I mean, that's big for a child your age. You're a second grader.
Are you trying to get out if I don't like you or like you?
Okay, I won't look. You can tell them. Do you like your teacher?
I L-O-V-E her.
Well, I L-O-V-E you too, boo.
I heard her.
Is there anything else that you don't like about homeschool?
Did I mention no? And did I mention no? And did I mention no?
Just the friends and the other kids part, which I really can't quite fix that. But outside of that, would you say that your homeschool experience has been a good one or a bad one?
Well,
thumbs up or thumbs down?
Sometimes we do have conference calls, which makes us go into the evening time. And normally we cut off at lunchtime, but I can still survive, but I just don't get a lot of time to be able to do that. You know, our normal recess when you get off of school. You know, I should be used to getting off of school at a late time, but when we start homeschool, blew out my mind.
Okay, so the grown-up translation of what she just said is, since homeschool started, she's accustomed to getting out of school by lunchtime. And if I have work to do during a homeschooling day, sometimes we don't finish in the 9 to 12 window, or maybe sometimes 1 o'clock. But if we go to 3 o'clock, God forbid, okay? So in the past, her school let out at 4 o'clock. But now that we're homeschooling, you're just not used to it. That's what she's trying to say. Okay, get over it. We still have school. Oh, I keep bumping our little Christmas tree. We still have our Christmas tree decorations up. All right, so I'm gonna get my notes out because I actually have notes for my pros and cons that you're gonna ask me.
Let's hope these pros and cons actually help.
They will.
What's the best thing about teaching homeschool?
Okay, I have some notes here, so let me think. The number one best thing about homeschool has been very unexpected, and that's the time. It has been so nice to not have the morning rush where we're like spending 30 minutes on here and then running around in circles trying to get out the house on time, and just to be able to slow down, settle into our morning, and then once we're ready to work, we're tuned in to content and we can get the job done. So it's been nice to get off get out of the rat race.
Sometimes I kind of feel that way, so I'm gonna give you a thumbs up.
Okay.
Is there anything that bothers you?
The number one thing that bothers me about teaching homeschool is everybody is at home.
I'm a problem?
I didn't say you were a problem. But the thing about homeschool is everybody is at home. My husband is currently working from home. My daughter is learning at home. So I have an extra hat on me. And also everything in our house is serving a dual purpose. Our kitchen is a classroom. My office is shared now. So, we might be reading on the couch, but we have to clean up so that after dinner we could watch a movie. So it's a lot of togetherness, if you know what I mean.
Okay, so your second question is, do you like being able to make lunch during the homeschool stuff, like if you're the lunch lady and the teacher?
Do I like being the lunch lady and the teacher? No. That's the easy answer. No. I'd love for you to be able to get those 2 days. She packed the lunch for school most days, but there were still the pancake days. There was still a pizza day. There was still a bagel something. I don't know. No, I don't want to be the lunch lady. No. I love lunch ladies. No. I miss the lunch lady.
Okay, we can have one in that case.
Okay, next question.
My next question is there ever any problems?
Are there ever any problems? Well, not exactly with homeschool, and this is actually a pro. One of the things about having the flexibility in our schedule, it has been nice to have that, because when problems arise, I'm available to be able to address them. We had a very challenging fall. My niece had a terrible brain injury, and I needed to be available to help my sister through that crisis, my sister and her children. And so because we were homeschooling, it really wasn't a big deal to pack up and go over there and pitch in. It also was helpful to have the flexibility to be able to take it slow in those first few days when my father passed. All of those moments I don't take for granted, because we could have been logged on in a virtual school experience, and it would have been absence, or would have been makeup, or I would have been having to juggle those things. But it was quite easy to get caught up or to supplement in a different way what her learning was going to be on those weeks. So in that way, when there is a problem, you can kind of troubleshoot it a lot better with homeschool. You can work it out because it's our schedule. Next question.
This is going to be a positive question.
Positive, I'll take it.
What is going good?
What is going well? Okay, so what's going well about homeschool is I really feel like I'm getting a chance to understand where my daughter is coming from. We're getting to spend some quality time together, and I'm able to see things about her learning and her abilities, her skills, her weaknesses, her strengths in a way that I would never get to see when she was going to traditional school. Traditional school time, we were flying out of here at about like 8:45 in the morning, and then I'd pick her up at 4. By the time we got home, it was 4:30, dinner, maybe one piece of homework, bath, book, bed, repeat. Okay, so that didn't leave a lot of time for like troubleshooting or really getting a chance to see all those nuances that her classroom teacher may have been able to observe. And even then, I don't think that a teacher in a setting of 25 to 30 kids can really zoom all the way in and see every challenge that child has. So I feel like we've been able to cover so much ground because I see it. And I'm the teacher, and we can just work on, like she said, in her portion. She's the only one here, so it's very easy to say, okay, so what don't you understand? So helping her have a better understanding of what she knows and what she doesn't know, it's been really easy. I like it. I like it a lot. What's your last question, Mama?
My last question is, where did you get all this good teaching from?
Where did I get my good teaching from? Well, the first teacher that I had that was a good teacher was my mom. My mom was a pretty good teacher. She wasn't a classroom teacher, but she was a very good mom. So I think that was the first place. The second place I got my good teaching from was Wayne State University. I got my master's degree, a master's of arts in teaching from Wayne State University here in Michigan. And then third was my mentor teacher, Mrs. Burks. I had an amazing student teaching experience, and also I subbed for many years while I was getting my master's degree, and I think those experiences, hands-on with the kids, had a great principal who partnered teachers, new teachers with mentors, seasoned teachers. So shout out to Brace Letterly. Good teachers learn from good teachers. So
That is true, and I'm gonna give you a nice thumbs up. Yay!
thank you. Any more questions?
Well, since I'm professional at questions, I got good.
Okay. You should see her face. She was turning into a wiggle worm on that chair, so we changed positions. What's your question?
How are you able to see that I'm doing a good job?
How am I able to know when you're doing things well? It's kind of easy. Like either you get it right or you get it wrong. But I'm able, now that I can see where your strengths and weaknesses are, I'm better able to tell when you're giving me your best work versus just something really quick. Quite easy. Anything else?
No.
I have some more pros and cons, but I'm going to put them in a blog post for more details. Okay. And I think that concludes today's long, we did so many takes on this one. I don't know why. We're out of the rhythm, but we're going to be back very soon. Thank you so much for watching today. Please like, comment, and subscribe so that our channel can grow. And until next time,
Create joy, and be sure to give this video 1,000 likes.
1,000 likes. Okay.